Hey guys, it's KillSwitch95, and today we're not going to be doing a game review, we're not going to be doing a cover, and we're not going to be doing a replay. We're going to be doing a gear review of a guitar which, yes, is a cheap guitar, but I have not seen online at all. It is the Squire Stratocaster HSS Limited Edition with Tremolo, but it's completely blacked out. They ran them for about a year in 2015, and they have not been back since. Now, when I bought the guitar, it was about $110-ish, and there was another one I was looking at the time that I didn't get because it was a humbucker configuration with a rosewood fingerboard, or probably Palfaro, but that's how they were advertising it. But I didn't like the dual humbuckers, and I'm not a fan of rosewood fingerboards. I really like the maple. But it also had the blacked out decal, the blacked out hardware, and the plastic nut. But then about a year later, in 2015, this came up, and I jumped on it. And after about a year, they went away. And they haven't been back since. Although they do have a similar one that's been on sale for a couple years now in a sunburst, but you can't get it in black. And they do have a Classic Vibe 70 Strat, which is very similar. It's black with a black pickguard, but it's got a white inner ply, which gives it that white outline that many of the black Fender pickguards have, and a nickel tremolo. This is all black. The only thing on the guitar that isn't black is the lettering on the knobs and the nut. Even the back. The back plate and the tremolo cover and the screws are all black. And of course you do get the skunk stripe on the back, the black side dots. Now this guitar initially came, well, on the website it advertises it as a satin finish today if you go through the backlogs and find the listing. When it was initially advertised, it was advertised as unfinished. And it was very much unfinished. Every time I've changed the strings on it, I've had to put the fingerboard remedy from Fender on it, front and back. And through the years of playing it, that has kind of given it almost a gloss finish and feel on the back. But no, it is very much an unfinished fretboard with some very soft frets. It is very much in need of a refret at the moment, but that will not happen because of a couple of reasons. One, $110 guitar. Not going to refret it. Two, because it's an unfinished neck and my climate in my house is very poor, I have a crack running from here to here and extending up to here now. There we go, you can see it. That was not there when I got the guitar. I am not blaming Squire at all for it, but it is something to take note of if you like to build your own guitars and you get an unfinished neck to save some money from, say, Warmoth or somebody, and you want to just leave it unfinished. This will happen. The wood will expand and contract, the frets won't move. You'll get fret sprout too, which I haven't gotten luckily, but you run the risk of cracking your board, and this thing has cracked almost halfway through the neck heel. So, we're not going to refret that. It is getting retired soon. I have a new one I'm building to replace it, and it will go back in its bag and stay in its bag because I haven't seen another review of it online. I haven't seen another one on sale on eBay, on Amazon, on Reverb, nothing. So, I'm going to document it. Here's what you get. You get Squire, humbucker, single coil. The neck and middle position, I don't use the middle position, it's way down. But the neck does give you a nice, rich, classic neck strat tone. That is nice to have. The humbucker isn't super bassy and low and muddy like some low end like Harley Benton LP style humbuckers can be. It's fairly bright. The tremolo on it is your classic vintage style 6-screw tremolo. If you do whammy dives on it, it will go out of tune. But if you just use it lightly, even with the crap tuners, it doesn't go out of tune. It's pretty good. The pots on this, I'm pretty sure are 500K pots because of the humbucker. They may not be. But the action on them is pretty good. Like, very little resistance here, unlike my SG copy, which has very high resistance pots. And you got a 5-way switch for your 3 pickups, standard output jack, everything in black, though. Up here, this is where you really see that it's a $110 guitar. These tuners are absolute garbage. They just are. But that's to be expected. I mean, you're spending $100, pretty much, on a guitar. Something's got to give. And the tuners are definitely where it gives. The G string and the high strings especially, if you like to do bends, you're going to pull them out of tune. I would recommend getting, if you want one of these guitars and you are dead set on modifying it, get some Hipshot vintage style locking tuners, because the standard vintage or standard Fender style will not fit Squire holes. Squire, I believe, has smaller holes, so they won't fit. So make sure you keep that in mind. But with locking tuners, it would hold tune a whole lot better. In fact, that is the main complaint I have with the entire guitar, is that it won't stay in tune with the tuners. Even the frets, okay? These frets are worn down quite a bit. But that's fine, because it's a low-end guitar. I wasn't expecting them to last forever, and a neck, even unfinished with stainless steel frets, would be like $250. Not going to do it. But for 110 bones, you got a really solid guitar at that price point. It's a shame they didn't keep it going, though, because this guitar mimics a Charvel that I had been eyeing since 2009. It was all blacked out. It was a SoCal. It was HSS. It had a Floyd Rose, though, and the locking nut up here, but all black hardware, okay? Played one in a guitar shop, been chasing it ever since because it hasn't been up either. They've got various different ones, but nothing quite like that one. This is that, just without the Floyd. And like that guitar, has gone away. You can't find them. So, I'm documenting it. And the reason I believe that they was out for a year and then went away, I took the neck off, mainly to check out that crack, see how far deep it went, and looked in the neck pocket and realized that this is an HSH routed guitar that was originally painted candy apple red. I could see CA in the neck pocket. I could see the paint overspray. It was actually a very nice color. Very deep and vivid. Probably what happened was there was a blemish or somewhere on the finish on the front that they couldn't get rid of. So this is pretty much a B body. A B finished body that they painted black, put some blacked out hardware on, called it a limited edition because it was B stock damaged body, and threw it out there. And we bought one. That's probably why it hasn't been back since. And that's probably also why that limited edition blacked out one with the sunburst, once it's gone, will probably not come back either, because it's probably a run of B-stock bodies they had. But still, B-stock plays great, B-stock sounds great, and for $110, I know I got my money's worth out of it. I've had it for 7 years now, and just the amount of lunches I've gotten for free from playing it in different places. Yeah. So yeah, this is the Squire Bullet Stratocaster HSS with Tremolo limited edition blackout Strat. Completely black. And I thank you for watching this gear review. I'm not going to play it because if you've seen my channel, you've heard me play it. And I'll see you on the next one.